Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So there is a new Wet n Wild launch at Target. If you saw my Target shop with me, if not, go check that out after this video. I found the new Wet n Wild Wild Crush collection. Everything is $5, like the entire collection, and I had to pick something up because it totally spoke to me. Everything is scented and super cute and fun, and it's kind of like a ColourPop vibes type of thing, which I was really into. So I saw them and I was like, I have to get a couple things to test for my channel to show you guys what I thought of the quality, and this is the look I came up with. It is also a full face of Wet n Wild. I kind of just used some stuff that was in my collection. I had tons of fun doing this. So if you guys are excited for this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. It is free. And let's get on into this little review and tutorial. Alright guys, so let's get on into trying out the new Wet n Wild Wild Crush collection. It was really hard for me to pick an eyeshadow palette because I really liked them all. I did end up going with the In Love with Coco 9-pan palette. I was going back and forth between this one, the cherry one, and the Passion Session, I think it was called, one. They were all really beautiful, so I was basic and got the neutral palette. It is really cute though, and it reminded me so much of my ColourPop palette. Me so much of my ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. It's not like a full-on dupe because there are lighter shades in this palette than the In Love with Coco palette. Since I loved this one so much from ColourPop, I figured let me try this one out and see kind of how they stack up against each other. I use this palette all the time. I'm actually missing 2 shades, which is really sad. I'm gonna have to like buy a new one of this. I don't know what happened. I think 2 of them broke. This palette is only $4.99. Oliver's playing with my hair tie. Everything in the collection is $4.99, which I thought was amazing. I thought that the skin stuff was going to be like a little bit more, so I was very happy about that, and that also leads me to believe that it will probably be a collection that will be at $5 below because it is under $5. A lot of cheaper brands do tend to kind of get away from their lower price point sometimes. Like they'll start out lower and then they'll just go higher and higher, and I'm happy to say that it seems like Wet n Wild has kind of like stayed in their affordable lane, and they haven't veered too much off into like a more expensive category, with that their stuff is affordable and for like a budget makeup girl. With my Wet n Wild theme, I am gonna go in with my Photo Focus eyeshadow primer, and you can also actually pick this up at $5 below, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lid all the way up to my brow bone. I am sad to say there is not a matte shade in this palette, the Going Coconuts, the Go Coco palette. So I'll just use my ColourPop one actually, just because I have it out here right now to set my eyeshadow primer. Pack the shade on. This is the shade Sunkist. I do have the window open, so if you hear the birds, I'm sorry if that bothers some people. Most of you guys though seem to like the birds in the background. I was super excited when I found this collection. It's actually funny, I did not find it at my big Target. So in my town we have what's called a mini Target, and that means there's a smaller selection, and honestly sometimes I get annoyed because they do jack up the prices there, and it frustrates me. So I'm always price matching in the app because the store prices are high, probably because it's a mini Target. They're trying to take advantage, which does make me upset. So I only go there for certain things, like avocados there are 89 cents, which I think is amazing. But their makeup and skincare prices are always jacked up. So, but I did find this collection for the $4.99 price at the mini Target, so I was very happy about that. I don't know if mini Target is just like a Long Island thing. We have quite a few of them here. Let's start with the palette. So the names, there are no names actually, and funny enough, they call this a pigment palette. They're doing this a lot now where it's not called an eyeshadow palette because some of the colors are not safe for the eyes. So 1, 5, and 9 are, it says they're for the face. So sometimes I get a little worried because when I do that sometimes with these face shades and put them on my eye, I do feel like my eyes get irritated. So I'm like, I don't know, why are brands doing that? Can we just use shades that are safe for the eyes? First with this shade, again, there's no name. I'm gonna pick it up on my crease brush and put this into my crease. I'm excited to see how these blends so far. Very first impression. Oh my gosh, it smells like chocolate. Oh my gosh. It took me a second to pick up the scent because I kind of forgot that it could be scented, to be quite honest with you guys. I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's scented. And then today I totally forgot that they are a scented line. And I personally love that. I think it is so fun, especially in like the eyeshadow palettes. Decent medium scent in the way of like how strong it is. It doesn't like knock you off your feet like some scented products do. But it's subtle enough where it's not too much. I really like it. It's just a light chocolate scent. And I think I showed you guys there's also honey, cherry, and then passion fruit. This color applied beautifully into my crease. I am very happy with how that came out. Take another clean crease brush. I'm gonna go into something a little deeper. This shade right here, again, there's no name, but it's this one in the middle row. And let's see, there's definitely like dust when you swirl your brush in, which I mean, I don't mind if there's fallout, honestly, just tap your brush off, but you can see it kind of gets a little messy around the palette. I'm just gonna deepen up my crease. I keep like kind of trying to sniff because I want to smell the chocolatey goodness. I did like a fun little hairstyle where you wrap your hair around the ponytail. I don't know. I love it though. It's so fun. All right, this is another good shade. I like that. Then I think I want to work on the lid. And for the lid, I think I do want to use this shade right here. It's this really pretty, like sparkly, I can't even describe it. It's like a sparkly, I don't know, what would you call that? It's like a fun copper sparkle. My camera is gonna like blow out the color. I try and get the colors to look as accurate as possible for you guys. It's hard for me to get my lighting perfect. Like I want it to be so perfect and it just like never is, but I try as hard as I can to give you guys the most accurate like representation of color. Y'all know the drizzle. I am going to apply some concealer to make my life easier onto my lid. I figure why struggle to create an eyeshadow look when I can just make it look so much better and so much easier just by popping a little bit of a thick concealer on my eye. And on top of this concealer is where we're going to put that sparkly shade. So I'm just gonna spray a flat brush with setting spray, and then I'm gonna go into said sparkly shade I was telling you guys about right there. And I'm packing this on. That is pretty. Definitely a unique shade. I'm used to wearing something lighter on my lid, so like in the Going Coconuts palette, you will see, ooh, it just dug my finger in. A palm reader because it's like a very light white. I feel like that's flattering on my eye. When I saw this palette, one of the reasons I was like, I don't know, is because there isn't really like a light shimmery shade, which is something that I look for in a palette. There was like this pretty sparkly white shade, but it was in the Passion palette. So I liked that shade. All right, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a little darker than what I thought it was gonna be. It's not something that I necessarily would go for like on the front of my lid, but I can always just add a little pop of white in the front to brighten up my eye a little bit. Nice shade when it's layered over the concealer. Like it is a really nice pigmented color. That applied really well. I'm impressed. It's definitely, I would say, a similar application to the ColourPop 9pan palettes. I really don't see too much of a difference. I personally really like the Wet n Wild eyeshadow formula. I know some people like didn't love the new ones. I did, and I've done videos on them. I thought they worked really well. I actually liked them better than the e.l.f. minis. I think I'm gonna go into maybe this color right here, and I'm gonna put that on my outer corner. This is like a Jessica Simpson makeup brush. I don't know if she still has these, but I'm just gonna pack this onto the outer corner. Wow, that is really nice too. After trying this, I definitely would grab another one of these for sure. maybe next I would get the cherry one because these are applying really nicely. Like, it's a very soft formula. Like, you saw how it was a little bit more messy, but to me that just means it is a softer formula, which again, I don't mind. I'll just wipe away any fallout. This palette I think would also be really pretty if you have blue eyes. I am wearing colored contacts right now. They're like a hazel kind of color. I just really like wearing colored contacts. I feel like it makes my eye looks more fun personally. And I will link these contacts down below. They are so comfortable. I'm working with a new brand called Just for Kira. I have about 7 pairs that I've been rotating and they are so comfortable. I love them. And I also have a coupon code for you guys, so check that out down below. It smells so good, I keep smelling it, but the colors are laying down really well, you guys. Like, I am muy impressed here. Okay, I am going to take that same color that we just did, this one, and I'm going to put that underneath my eye. I haven't used any of the quote-unquote face shades yet. I didn't work with any of those. Ooh, I like that. That is really pretty underneath. Kind of gives it more of a smoky look. A little more to the outer corner. So I just went ahead and added, I had to go plug in my light, so I missed this part for you guys, but Milk Jumbo Pencil from NYX, a little bit on the tear duct. Just adding this J-Cat Shine Your Day pigment powder on top of there. Then I'm going to add my Wet n Wild pink pencil. It's just called the Ultimate Brow Highlighter into my waterline. I add my Wet n Wild Breakup Proof liner for a wing. And I'm probably going to do a halfway wing, which is basically where I only put liner on half of my eye. Like, I don't go all the way in. I have to pick up another one of these because I think this one is running out. But this is a fabulous dupe for the Urban Decay, the higher end pens. It is amazing, and it is a brush tip, so it goes on so black and flawlessly. Okay, I went ahead and applied some mascara primer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Wet n Wild Big Papa mascara. This is like a super voluminous wand and like hourglass shape. It gives nice volume, so I'm gonna apply that on top. I've been testing out the Marc Jacobs mascara primer. Do you guys hear the ice cream man? If you like volume, then you would definitely like this mascara. I am literally in mascara heaven. Like, I have so many I've been testing. It is crazy. And I love testing mascaras. It's like my thing. I love trying new ones, especially drugstore ones. I'm down to layer. I do not mind. Like, give me drama, give me length, give me volume. I want it all. So here's the results we have before and after. Lashes are done. I just did this one off camera, so I wouldn't make you guys sit through the whole thing, but I think my lashes look really nice. I don't think I'm going to add fake lashes today. Okay, next product that I have from the collection is the Wet n Wild In Love with Coco primer serum. So this caught my attention because I loved the Coco idea and I wanted to try the primer serum from Wet n Wild. They did have a rose one. I don't like rose, so I haven't tried that one. So when I saw they came out with these, I was like, oh, that's so cool. So let's see if it actually has like a scent. It does. It smells really good. It smells like chocolate. Oh, you guys, it smells amazing. If you like chocolate, you would love this. I'm gonna like bathe myself in this. So this has, let's see, water, glycerin, Rosa Damascena flower water, what else? Sunflower seed oil, camellia leaf extract, cocoa fruit powder. I'm just gonna moisturize really quickly. This is like an SPF moisturizer from Panoxyl, just because I know I'm gonna be out later. Okay, so now that I'm moisturized, I'm gonna go in with the In Love with Coco, inching closer to you guys, In Love with Coco primer serum. Ooh! I was trying to be like an OG Instagrammer. Remember that? When this was like a thing? You drip it down the face. It's pretty liquidy. It's not like a thick kind of thing. And I'm just going to pat this into my skin. Oh, it smells so stinking good. Is there fragrance in here? It doesn't say fragrance. It just says it has the cocoa powder, so I don't know if that's like a thing. See if my face looks sparkly. It feels really nice. It's really good. Has a little bit of tack to it, like a little bit of stick. Wow. I think that made my skin actually look really nice. I cannot get over how amazing it smells. Oh my gosh, I keep like sniffing it. I am going on the website because I want to read the claims of what this primer serum is supposed to do. It's prime time for your skincare routine. Prep and nourish your face with this 2-in-1 primer. It's soothing power of delectable scent of cocoa. It's a water-based, formulated with skin nourishing ingredients like rose water, camellia leaf extract, and green tea to help moisturize, refine, and improve the appearance and smoothness of skin. Lightweight and silky soft, this primer serum blurs imperfections while allowing foundation to glide on effortlessly for a luminous, flawless finish. Blended with real cocoa powder to boost antioxidants and castor oil to leave the skin plump, dewy, and hydrated. Both a primer as well as a skincare serum. They're looking good. I actually just noticed though I have sparkles from the eyeshadow all over my face. Yes. I'm not going to wipe it off now though because it's just too late. I don't want to redo my moisturizer and stuff, so make sure you wipe off your face with a cloth before you do your face. I'm going to use the Photo Finish, is it called Photo Finish? No, Photo Focus Stick Foundation in Soft Beige. This actually was at Dollar Tree for a while. Just put this on my face and then I'm going to blend it in with my It Cosmetics brush that I have been testing recently. I don't always use a stick foundation, but I don't know, I was just kind of feeling it today and I wanted to use, like I said, Wet n Wild products. So I was like, all right, which one haven't I used in a while? And it is a pretty hot day outside, so this is a really nice foundation brush too. It is very, very pricey, my goodness, but it works nicely to really blend the foundation like into the skin rather than like making it sit on top of your skin. My nose is very red today, so I'm just trying to cover it as best as I can. I think foundation does blend really nicely over the serum. I am definitely a fan and I will keep using that. I think it is a really nice product. Delectable scent. Oh my goodness. It reminds me of like, do y'all remember Desserts by Jessica Simpson? I so desperately wanted that line as a child. I so desperately wanted that line as a child. I just wanted the scent, okay? I wanted to smell like a cupcake. I still do. I want to smell like chocolate, and now I can have all of that because of this Coco line and this Coco serum. I all love nostalgia. I follow tons of nostalgia accounts on TikTok. TikTok has some really good stuff like that, and the serotonin boost, man, it just puts me in a happy place when I like see things from childhood. Okay, this is probably as good as I'm gonna get with the nose area. It's just really red today. I don't know how to make it better. I'm really trying here. For my next trick, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. I love this concealer. This was in my favorites, and I have the shade Light Beige. You can get this also at Five Below. And I'm going to blend that out with the other side of the IT brush. You can use a sponge if you want to. This is just a very, very nice, easy to blend, great coverage concealer. And again, it's like $5. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. It is so good. And it's just one of those concealers that I find myself reaching for. Like when I'm looking at my concealer jar, I'm like, oh, I love that concealer from Wet n Wild. I want to use it. How good is that concealer? Oh my goodness. Like dark circle. And this looks so good. The proof is in the pudding. Y'all know what I'm saying? Turning it just into like a Wet n Wild session, and I'm here for it. I am happy, very happy with how that looks. Set a little bit of my face with my number 7 powder up here. I really like how this like blurs my forehead. Under eyes with my favorite. This is a Dollar Tree find, the Wet n Wild bronzer. It's not a bronzer though, it's a highlighter for me. in Reserve Your Cabana. And I'm just going to put this right underneath my eyes. And it just gives a really pretty, like, highlighted effect. It's not a highlight under my eyes. It's just like a light dusting to illuminate. I will do my brows with this Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil in the shade, this is in Ash Brown. So it's like a dupe for Benefit Goof Proof. Literally has the same shape and same tip. Hello eyebrow hair, what are you doing? There's like a rogue hair. I mean, that's as per usual. This is the Wet n Wild Brow Sessive Brow Shaping Gel, and I'm going to put this through my brows to just set them. This is a newer launch, and it's really nice for setting the brows. I did not pick up any of the duos. I just wasn't in love with them, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get the things that I really want. So sorry I didn't get those to try out. I did pick up 3 products to try. I thought that would be pretty good for a review. I am going to go in with the Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Glow Loose Highlighting Powder in the shade, what are you called? I think this is You Glow Girl. Just to be more intense, you can spray a highlighting brush. And this is like such a pretty highlighter. So this is at Dollar Tree. So if you find it, snatch it up, you guys. It's so pretty. And they have a really nice gold color too. I posted about them on my Instagram. For contour, I'll use this Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. Looks like this. I believe this also is at Dollar Tree now. But it actually blends really nicely. Rediscovering some old favorites here. The little sponge just fell out of its container and popped out. There's actually a lot of product in there. It fell on my floor and it left this like a huge mark on my floor. It's actually really nice, you guys. Definitely pick this up if you find it. This from Dollar Tree. I bought it retail price, but it works really nice. I like the contour action. Wet n Wild blush called Nudist Society. I'm gonna use this today. It's like a nude peach. It is really pretty. There is some shimmer in here. I'm going to apply this to my cheeks. With an angled brush. This one, Bear to Comment. It is a really pretty nude. These are amazing. If you guys haven't tried these yet, oh my goodness, one of the best affordable lip liners ever. So I was sitting here and I'm like, what are my Wet n Wild lipsticks? And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I have these ones that I love. So I'm like trying to think which one to use. Probably this one I'll use because I absolutely love it. And they're literally $2. This one is called Peach Please, and it's just like the perfect peachy shade. Mine's been through a rough time, so don't mind it, but they're really creamy too. Peach shade. I feel like no one talks about these. They're amazing. I am gonna add a little bit of this Hustle and Glow blush, just like a little to pop on the cheeks. I'm just gonna blend. They still sell these. It's like a cream blush. They're really pretty. Last product in the collection we have to try is the Wet n Wild. I got the Coco face mist. So I kind of went ham with the Coco stuff because that was the one I was most intrigued by, and like I said, I love the scent of Coco, and I do really love these Wet n Wild sprays. I have the original one and I think it is great. I'm so excited that they came out with different scents for the sprays. Go Wet n Wild, you are doing good stuff here. So I'm gonna spray. Smells insanely amazing, just like chocolate. Oh my gosh, smells heavenly. And to dry off. Oh, I love it. So good, you guys. I can't deal. chocolate lovers, you are going to want this. So a little bit about the face mist. It says, prep, set, and refresh your style while indulging in the sweet scent of cocoa. This 3-in-1 face mist primes your skin and sets makeup in place with a second spray. Provides weightless hydration. It has chamomile and cucumber extract to soothe and refresh the skin, and green tea extract for its revitalizing antioxidant properties. This skin-loving formula gives you a natural glow that you're craving, blended with real cocoa powder and castor oil. I think it is so nice. I definitely feel like it blended everything and it made my skin look a lot more seamless. Definitely reminds me so much of MAC Fix Plus, and I think it's amazing. I'm like super happy with everything in this collection. So I'm just gonna go do a couple touch-ups, do like my lower mascara, do a little bit of nose highlighting, and then I will come back and give you guys my final thoughts. Okay guys, I am back and here is the final look. I absolutely love how this came out. I am so impressed with everything I got from this collection, and I give it definitely like a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend it to you guys. I thought the shadows performed amazingly well and they reminded me so much of the ColourPop formula. I'm so happy that they did something scented. It's really fun. The new concept, no, but I still think it is super cute, and I love that you can now get like a fun palette like this at the drugstore. And I finally am happy with like drugstore eyeshadows. These palettes, I feel like there's finally a really good option. I feel like the drugstore has always kind of struggled with eyeshadows. Like everything else they do so well, but they've always, I feel like, had a hard time getting a good affordable eyeshadow formula. You were like struggling with that 5-pan palette they came out with, even though I like those. Maybe give these a try and see how you like them. I thought the formula was really blendable and pigmented, and I had no issues with it. There was no like skipping or dragging or like powderiness to it. The only thing was there was some fallout, but I don't mind that because you could just brush it away. I absolutely love how the eyes came out. I think it is such a gorgeous look. Like, I love it, and I will definitely be using this palette again, and I will definitely be purchasing another one because $4.99 for this quality, like, I am blown away, and it's so good. Like, that's really what I can say about it. I loved it. I love the eye look today. It's like kind of sultry. I don't know. I really like it. The primer serum is wonderful. I loved how it applied. I love the way it made my skin look. It made my skin look really nice and radiant and just prepped me for foundation, and foundation glided really nicely over it, and it smells so good. Oh my gosh. So I am a huge fan of this, and the spray was also amazing. Like, what? It is so good, and I love, again, the scent. Set my makeup in place super nicely. It took away any sort of powdery look that I may have had and just kind of meshed everything together, which is what I look for in a setting spray. So I highly recommend these to you guys as well. I'm sure the cherry, the honey, and the passion fruit ones are just as good. Those are my thoughts on the new Wet n Wild Crush collection. I am a big fan, if you couldn't tell, and I think the look came out super nice, and I had so much fun playing also with a bunch of other Wet n Wild products today that were in my collection already and creating this look. And it just goes to show you that you do not need to spend a lot to get a beautiful look. You can use all these drugstore products that are like $5 and under to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you're going to be checking out this collection, or maybe there was like a certain scent that spoke to you. Head to Target. I will also link these down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!